Hey everyone, it's Junior Beekeeper here at Wave Hill. Today we're going to have a question and answering session all about bees. We're going to talk about Wave Hill's bees and bees in general. I've been keeping bees here for 4 years at Wave Hill. We've got lots of trees, lots of flowers. The bees do really well. So looking forward to this session. I became a beekeeper because I had always a passion for the environment, and as we all know, bees weren't doing very well. So I wanted to figure out how can I help the bees best, and that was becoming a beekeeper. Took some classes with a couple of the bee groups that we have throughout New York City, and learned how to do beekeeping that way. Believe it or not, beekeeping in the city is probably easier than beekeeping out in the suburbs. We have a lot more street trees. All of our streets are lined with trees, and trees have tons of flowers, which means tons of food for our bees. In the countryside, you tend to have a lot more agriculture, a lot more pesticide spraying, a lot more monocrops where they're only growing corn or wheat, and that's not very good bee environments. Do I get stung often? No, not very. The thing is, bees don't want to sting you. Bees, if they sting humans, if they sting mammals, they die. So a sting is the last resort. Bees will usually warn you, they'll bump into you. They don't want to sting you, and so I don't get stung often. Bees make far more honey than they actually need. I would say even like 2 times as much honey that they actually need. They're stockpiling, they don't know how long winter is going to last. They collect a lot more nectar and turn it into a lot more honey than they need, so they don't even notice that we take some of it. As long as we leave enough for them to go through the winter, I don't think it matters. I think that's a better question that we can answer outside, so let's go take a look at the hives. There are a lot of bees in the hive, as you can see. A hive this big, with all of its honey supers, can have upwards to 60,000 individuals in there. So it really depends on what the bee is doing. So in the summertime, when we see them all flying around like this, it takes a lot more energy for them on their bodies, and takes a bigger toll on their bodies. So these bees during the summer only live a couple of weeks. Bees that are in the hive for the winter, hunkering down with the queen, those can live a couple of months. So there are 3 main types of bees. Most of the ones that you'll see flying around, or if you're looking at flowers, those are going to be females. Those are all of the daughters of the queen. Then you have the queen herself, the one who lays all of the eggs. And then you have males, which are called drones. So the drones basically look for other queens and they mate with them, and that's how they reproduce. So you have queens, you have drones, and you have workers. Any egg that was fertilized can become a queen. The bees will determine whether they want a queen if the existing queen is not working anymore, if she's not laying properly, or if they want to reproduce and make another hive. What they do is they feed that egg, that very lucky egg, lots of royal jelly, lots of honey, and it will develop into a nice strong queen. If the egg doesn't get all of that food, then it just becomes a worker. Winnie the Pooh and his honey. Do bears like honey? Bears are actually going after the baby bees in a colony. They will eat some of the honey, but it's the protein from the bees that they're trying to eat. Skunks also eat bees, raccoons will eat bees, but it's the larva that they're trying to get. So honeybees are one of the few bees that make honey. Most other bees, at the end of the year during the winter, only the queen survives, and so they don't need a lot of food to keep one queen alive. In a honeybee colony, thousands of bees survive, and so they need that food to last through the winter. So one thing that we can do to help bees is share information about them. Tell people that what you learned, that they're not very harmful, they don't want to sting. Another thing that you can do is plant lots of flowers. Plant lots of flowers in your garden. Take care of the street tree in front of your house. All of these things produce food for our bees. Another thing you can do is put water out. Bees get thirsty in the summer just like us, and you could put out a bird bath. The bees will enjoy that too. So I hope you learned a lot today about bees and beekeeping, urban beekeeping. Thank you so much for watching this video. Continue to subscribe and like our videos, and we'll continue to post some more. That's it for today. Thanks.